if you think listings are going to slow down at any point soon, I don't think that's realistic.
What's going on in like anecdotally, what's going on in your business, the markets
Yep.
that you're working in right now? What's going on?
Yeah, so
Storyland.
interesting. Like in terms of like appointments, I'm busy, but it's mostly sellers. So, if you want a headline for this show, it's like most of the people I'm meeting with right now want to sell their property. We're still helping lots of buyers, but the last few weeks, every single call that's come in is let's list my place. So,
Hmm.
if you think listings are going to slow down at any point soon, I don't think that's realistic.
Condos,
There's
houses, downtown core, like
I'd say the calls recently 70% condos, 30% houses.
okay.
The condos are all over the city, but 416 area code. A few like Bayview area, a few Midtown, and then the bulk of them downtown.
Are these
Um,
like people that have been living in them for 10 years? Are they investors that just had to close recently? What's the mix of people?
no, the good news is at least it's no one that had to close recently that's trying to sell. I don't think those people are even in the spot that they should be selling at this point because they'd be taking a huge loss. We had one scenario where he bought literally February 22, not with us. And if he sold now, he'd lose 150. And I probably spoke with him on the phone for 3 hours collectively in the last week about like, should you do it? Should you not do it? Like, this isn't my money. This is taking a big loss, and you
Yeah.
can wait a little bit, but it's going to take some time. And we've just decided again, we're just going to rent it one more time
Yeah.
because he doesn't want to rip the band-aid off. And I don't blame him. It's a
Yeah.
large amount of money.
Mhm. But he's got a mortgage already. Everything's in place. He's just taking a hit every month.
He's just taken a hit, and he kept this property and actually moved out of it. Had a terrible experience with a tenant. Had to do the whole landlord tenant,
Oi.
process. Yeah, OA is the exactly.
Oi.
And then that put him in such a bad place. He's like, well, screw this. I'm just gonna sell it. And then I sat down with him. I'm like, well, here's what it sells for. He's like, well, maybe it's worth taking a risk on one more tenant. And we put tenants in there, and it was great for a year. But the tenants bought a house.
Yeah.
So now it's come time again. It's like, all right, well,
There's buyers out there,
yeah, I guess someone's buying.
right?
Somebody's buying.
But you're getting
Somebody-
showings on your listings. Like there's buyers out there. Like it's
yeah.
there's buyers, right?
I'm getting showings on all of our listings. The
Yeah.
the two bed condos are fairly busy actually.
Yeah.
Not flying off the shelves, not selling for crazy prices, but they're all right.
Yeah.
The one bed, one plus dens are slower,
Okay.
and I expect that to
Interesting.
continue. And then as we all know,
Lots of options.
the little ones are. It's interesting, right? Like this morning, I met with the seller, and we were going over the data for the area, and I was, general market stats for condos, and there was like 7 months of inventory in that pocket. And he's like,
Whoa.
"But I have a 2 bedroom that's 900 square feet, so like, how many of mine are actually available?"
Yeah.
So instead of just looking at the overall numbers, we broke it down. We're like, okay, for your property, I guess there's technically like 3.5 months of inventory.
Oh,
So
still
you
not
really
great.
still not great. Still like prices
Way
aren't going to go
better.
up.
Yeah.
But a lot better. And I think that's what people need to hear is that the overall numbers aren't looking rosy, probably won't look rosy for a long time here. But generally, unless you bought a condo in 21, 22, yeah, you're losing money on it. Anyone that bought pre-2019 is usually okay. And I think that the good thing, everyone I've met with so far in 2025 on the selling side is very realistic about what they would need to do to sell their property. And TK, you know this, like we're not always the first realtor that they hire, right? A few of them tried last year,
Yeah,
couldn't get
absolutely.
it done, and we're coming in as option number 2 or sometimes
the
option
best.
number. It is the best because someone else has gone through the.
They've done all the hard work already. Yeah.
Right. Pounded the realism into them, right? Can
Yeah.
you imagine being somebody that bought a condo, started their life with the plan, we're going to buy this little condo, get on the property ladder because we got to get on the property ladder. And in 5 years, we're going to sell this thing. We're going to make some money. We're going to move up to a townhouse. And now they're like, they got to be okay with breaking even, which means the townhouse is probably not an option, right? And now what do? You break even, and it's like, now I can't, now it's not even, I shouldn't even sell this because I can't even move up from this shithole, right? This was a bad idea. I should have rented the last 5 years because I'd have all this cash and a good buying opportunity right now. Nobody knows these things, right? It's all hindsight. But this is an unfortunate situation for probably a lot of people, right?
The only people that that bought a condo in late 2019, early 2020 that are moving up now because we're selling them at the same price as they bought them for. Like it's condos in 2025 for the most part are selling for what they were selling for at the end of 2019 in the city of Toronto. Like that's
Right.
the
Resale.
statement I did. Resale. Sorry, resale. Yes, resale. Pre-con is we can go there if you guys want to. Yeah, not selling at all.
Just short conversation.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I have actually a really great thing for you today because you're on the show, and it's like a conversation I just had with my client before. And you're a condo expert. If there's anybody I would say is a condo expert, it's Tom's story. So I got 25 lower Simcoe penthouse 18 for sale right now.
Okay.
It is the northwest corner, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It overlooks Steam Whistle, the CN Tower. It's the best view in that building. It's
safe. They're not building there.
Yeah.
Steam Whistle
so unobstructed views, beautiful, layout, floor plans, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, that kind of thing, right?
This is not an advertisement.
No, but you guys can buy it. It's listed for $900. I got an offer on it right now. Today was an offer day. It's a great property, and we're gonna get it sold. But here's the question for Tom. My seller, owns the exact same condo over at 51 Lower Simcoe, penthouse, northwest corner, but in much better condition. That's a better building and a little bit higher, and it'll be a better view further from the Gardiner. So he's thinking, well, why don't we list that one at the same time? Because it'll be about $100,000 more, much better condition. The one that I got listed now is tenanted, it's rough, and
only
again,
25
Lower Simcoe, and da 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 da.
How big is this penthouse?
What's the square footage difference between the two of them?
Same. They just built the same.
It's worth
building
100. It's worth. You think it's worth 100 more?
That's what he wants. 100.
How big is it?
Renovations wise, higher floor, better building, further from the Gardiner.
How big is it?
840.
A penthouse?
Yeah.
What is that? A 1-bedroom penthouse?
Daryl, penthouse just means top floor these days.
I know.
Yeah,
What's
2-bedroom, 2-bath. 2-bedroom,
Anything
2-bath.
else?
Typical layout, nice layout. Great buildings, right?
850. What's that? A 4-bedroom these days? 4 beds and 850.
You could find a 4-bedroom.
Bunk beds.
Right. So how do you feel about that, Tom? If you were in that position, would you think that you're competing against yourself?
So
or do you think it helps sell one of them?
That's a great question. I think what I want to know before giving the actual answer, but I'll give the answer, is like, well, what else is for sale right now that you're already competing with? Are you just adding to the overall inventory?
No other like good views. It's on the east view or a much smaller unit. So we would be the 2 units that are that size, that view, that type of product.
Yeah. The one that's currently on the market, is he more serious about selling the one that's worth more first than this other one?
Good question. I don't think there's any varying level of that. One's a principal residence, the other one's got capital gains on it. So, that could impact it a little bit. We listed the tenanted one first out of convenience. Tenants are living there, not him.
Because I mean, a realtor on the other side would be able to quickly figure out TK listed both, and the name of the owner is the same. But the general public looking online wouldn't know that, right? Yeah. So there's something that we talk about with our sellers all the time is before we list a property, we take a look at what's on the market. And we say, like, for instance, I listed one this morning. It's exact same floor plan as another one that's been sitting for 25 days. And we undercut them by $25,000 on the list price.
Fair play.
To stand out. And the way that we explain it to our clients, and I'll get back to answering the question, is one of you is going to become the decoy. So every buyer, if they're close enough in price and similar enough, is going to book a showing. And they're like, well, it's in the same building or close enough. Let's go see both on the same day. Yeah. When they walk out of both of them, are they going to think, wow, yours was a better option? So, I mean, Tika, you could essentially set your own market. You can create your own competition and you can make the other one look better. Than
$100,000 spread sounds pretty good, right? Now if you got to do some renovations, I'd rather pay $100,000 less. And
so I think if you're in control of both of them, I think it's actually okay to go at the same time. I wouldn't be overly concerned about that. Yeah.
I don't think they're competitive listings just because one's like move in and the other one's not.
But the one with
the one first, and then that's the
normally that's how I would think
for the next.
Normally,
normally, but they're going down the price. Is that the problem?
It's no, just the fact that they're different
when they're going up.
That there's no other competition. Anyways, yeah, Tom, I think we're on the same page.
Are you looking for the best merch store on the planet? Well, we got the shit for you. Coming in at low prices where we barely make any money off of whatsoever, you can get the greatest real estate merchandise on this platform. Just look at this very flamboyant man putting on this great stuff. He looks great, he's dancing great, and boy does he look sexy in that merchandise. I tell you, buy this for anybody, you buy this for yourself. You will be not only repping the greatest Canadian real estate podcast in this world, but you will also be looking hella good doing it.